of it if you're new to the channel. I'm not quite sure about streaming it. This is the very first time I have streamed Dual Universe. I hope that it streams well, but I don't know. Yeah, that's my base. It's mostly just a large static core. The original base is still over here, but it is kind of torn apart. And I'm only kind of leaving it there for nostalgic reasons. I came back from Stades like a week ago. I was like, I need more cores. But then I was trying to get to this one, and I'm like, I can't destroy this one. It's also a nice little, way up into my current base. This was before I knew about aligning the cores very well. I was kind of alright with it, but then, I could have done better. But that's for another day. Maybe I can blueprint this and reconstruct it right next to it. I don't know. Whatever. It's not really important. If you have been watching my series, you'll know that I've had some ships. My white ship is over on Alioth, which nowhere in the sky right now. This is my current build right now. It's my testing platform for wings and space flight and cargo. So it's coming along. But today we are going to go and I want to try to make a small little rocket ship thing. And I need to deploy my large, extra large assembler. So those are the main things. And then we might go over to Alioth and say hi to Hal, because he just built a frickin' warp drive. So yeah, that's going to be sweet. I've got my eggnog. I'm pretty much set. Okay, so yeah, I still haven't bothered building elevators or whatnot. They're just not really worth my time. I mean, I will at some point set everything up, but for now, I mean, it's easy enough just essentially pretending that this is some kind of elevator and just going straight up from here. Yeah, so these are this right here is an empty floor. I haven't really done anything with it. This floor here, I'm going to be moving a lot of stuff from there down. This stuff here is all for building containers, because I build a lot of containers. I just built a dedicated container line. It used to be over there, now I moved it over here, and I was going to expand the, well, this is silicon. I was going to expand this out, but I wanted to actually get real silicon to continue on the same pattern, out this way. So I will do that, but currently I'm working on this floor here, and I want to expand it basically out to the side there. And so that's another thing that we're going to do a little bit of, because I have set up this little micro kind of fabrication line that just makes myself some wood. It's nothing special, that's all it is. And I'll probably expand this wooden floor here out so that I can put the extra large assembler here. And I won't really worry about this so much. And then we're also going to worry a little bit about testing this guy out. So I've put in the script that I got for this. I don't know about taking these things off. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be bad or okay. But I've got some wings. I assembled those earlier today, and we're going to put those in. I've been also playing around with some of these holographic scaffolds. So this one almost is in a really cool position. If you're looking at it from this place, it's almost like if I just change the scale, it's almost Atlas holding up one of the moons. But I haven't really spent the time to do more with it. I was just playing around with it earlier today. So that's where we're at. So we'll toggle that one off, despite the fact it's pretty cool. It's one of the object files I have from all the modding I do of 7 Days to Die. Yeah, I was using that for my Patreon thing. And I threw this one up here too. I guess it's more easy, it's better viewed from over here. So yeah, basically my logo thingy, all done up. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Take a screenshot of that. There we go. Yeah, so I know it's a bit of a slow start here, but I just wanted to kind of let you guys in on sort of what's been up. Yeah, I really need to reorganize this whole thing. I have a new large container here, which is not connected up. I just needed to put it somewhere because I was running low on cargo space. So I put this guy here. I will connect this up to the outputs of some of these. I am thinking I'll do one output container for each one of these because at some point I hope to be getting enough material that it's a problem to have this, right? Like I've got, you know, a lot of material in here, and this was good for a long time, but it's not ideal. I can do better. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, and then I've got a new plan for these metal machines, and actually most of the machines that I've got, about sort of positioning them and layering them. One second. So that basically, like this is like the small. They'll probably have to add an extra small over there, but then it's going to be medium. That one's not set yet. Large and extra large, right? And then so these are all going to be Tech 1, but then on top of that, I'll put Tech 2 and then Tech 3 stuff. You know, do it in giant chunks, which is why I cleared the space off down here, because I was gonna basically channel everything of early fabrication down on this floor, and then everything else could well, all the assemblers will be up here. So because I don't know, I prefer the way of doing it as sort of having an assembler for kind of each thing. All right, we have to grab things out of here. This guy, the medium frame out of here, medium frame, so that I can build more assembler, or yeah, more metal workers. So just building a ton of them. I think they're over here. Yeah, but I just keep on cranking out those things slowly, and that way my factory becomes more and more kind of autonomous. Like I don't have to continually change crap over all the time. Is kind of what I like to do. I gotta slow down on my eggnog. It's got a fair bit of rum in it tonight. I'm going to be flying my ship, I hope, to Alioth later today. Okay, in here is not what I want. You may not be able to put anything anywhere because you don't have enough space, because this thing is probably huge. So let's check where it's outputting to. It's the first time I used it. It doesn't have an output. We can't send it that way, so let's send it this way. Did that work? Yeah, well, cool. It did work. Right on. Probably not. No. Maybe it'll fit. Maybe. But it doesn't. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to just put it down here, and then I will position it, and then we're going to put some wood down underneath this guy, and we'll get to the rocket testing after this. Gorgonopsid! How's it going? How are you today? I'm just, you know, I figure most of the time, like recently I've been playing a lot of this sort of in the evenings, and then trying to stream like 7 Days to Die. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stream this all tonight. And we're going to see how that goes. I think I need to change the Twitch, whatever it says about whatever game I'm playing. It's always a problem. Stream, yeah, I don't know where the hell you... This one? 7 Days to Die. It's actually a dual universe. You guys can't see this. It's all off screen. Boom. Updated. And it's actually got the wrong title, too. So, we're going to grab this here title. Do that and update. Thanks. Sometimes Streamlab stuff is good. Gorgonop says, I am good mostly today. That's good to hear. I mean, you know, I know some days are mixed. Got all kinds of stuff going on. Holy. Ow, this thing is huge. I'm going to put it down here, and then we're going to rotate the sucker. I've been doing it this way. And then, I mean, I could even just reposition it later, but we'll probably put it here. We'll lift it up, and then we'll, yeah, we'll just do it that way. We'll control page up. Oh my gosh, this is going to stick right through the roof here. Whoa, just a bit. Okay, we might recess this guy into the ground a little bit. I might further refine the positioning later. Oof. Yeah, that is like right up there. We're going to put it down 1. So it's at 134.5. We're going to go 1, or sorry, 125. So let's put it down to 124. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so what's new, Gorgonopsid? What you been up to? Man, I wish I had more eggnog, but also, like, less. I kind of wish eggnog didn't taste so damn good with rum in it. Anyhow, we'll see if I crash my ship later on tonight. You've been getting into drawing a lot lately. Awesome. I used to draw a lot when I was younger. But after I started to go to university, I kind of had no time for it, so I kind of just stopped doing it. Occasionally I'll draw something, but it's not nearly as good as I once was, and not nearly as good as if I could have been. Anyhow, it was fun once upon a time. Okay, let's quickly throw in some of this stuff here. I won't be able to build much more. Oh yeah, there's another little ship flying up there, if you can see it. Not flying, it's floating. I believe it's got an AG drive on it. So 2, and then we gotta go over here. We gotta select this guy, and well, I don't know. We'll just add some to it tonight. On the stream here, I don't really need to like go crazy. I just want to have a little bit of space to work with it. So yeah, I'm gonna probably expand this out pretty much somewhere right around this area, and then put in some nice windows. Ooh, that's gonna be a little tight to walk through there. You have to suck in my gut, squish right through that little spot. That's gonna be a bit tricky. Is there somewhere I can post it? Let's see. I don't know. It's probably like you could probably post it in one of the channels on my Discord if you wanted. Something that looks appropriate. I don't think I have an artwork one, but also the stream is lagging a lot. Oh no! Adredengaming! Woo! Unfortunately, it's not the thing. Oh man, that is a laggy as. What can I do to fix that? Let's check Steam real quick. Tab Steam. Oh yeah, I bought Krakatoa because I'm curious about all of its stuff. Nerdlet, how's it going? Laney, what's new? What's this about? Oh, properties for that. Okay, so you are not downloading anything, so that's... Wait, what's this? Were you trying to download something, you naughty, naughty game? No, I think that's okay. But it's still lagging a bit. See, this is the problem sort of with this game, and I wasn't quite sure if it was going to work very well. Because I've had to change the size of things quite a bit to make it all maybe work. So if it all overall doesn't end up working very well, then I'll kind of stop. But yeah, we'll see. What else is going on here? Unity, that can be quit. Free up a little bit of space there. I guess I could exit Steam. Sure, why not? And the live dashboard over here is probably also unneeded. And this live one is probably also not needed. Yeah, we'll just go to the studio, thanks, and stop trying to be all whatever. All right, hopefully that works a little bit better. It looks a little bit better on my end, but I don't know. Yeah, so that's basically that. I'm just gonna finish putting a little bit more here just to smooth out this floor. And then we're going to try that rocket script. So, because I am super excited to either blow myself up or go really, really fast all the way into space. Come on, one more. And... Lainey, do you have any interest in playing Dual Universe? I'm curious. It's got factories, and it's got spaceships. What do you think? What do you think? And you can do fun voxel stuff, like all this kind of stuff here. And I made some stairs with some rails, which I haven't quite finished off yet, but... And you can do voxel manipulation. Expert builder. We've also got, yeah, lots of different achievements and stuff. I don't really know. Building. Maneuver expert. Construct a ship with at least 1G in space acceleration in all directions. That's coming soon. If I can figure out this rocket stuff, that will be the thing. Okay, anyway, that's hardly important. Expert builder. Construct a building with over 10 square meters of material. Okay, that was a long time ago probably. Anyhow. Yeah, I think it's rocket time. Yeah, I've got to rearrange a lot of this stuff, which is why I was building a lot of the wood, because I'm going to want probably all my refining to be on this floor, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the smelting stuff. It's either going to stay here, or it's... Whew, almost fell to the ground. Or it's going to come down here to feed all the other machines. But I don't know, there's a lot of other sub-machine areas too that need to get built on, because there's also the electronics areas, the chemical areas, the glass, and the 3D printers. Well, those are all, like, everything needs to get done over here. Anyhow, yeah, rocket time. We're gonna try it. Okay. Lainey, what's new? What's going on? Okay, so rockets, if you don't know anything about rockets in Dual Universe, are insane. They are... Oh yeah, we need to... This is one of the things I'm building in that extra large assembler. That's why I actually built it, because I want to build some of these guys so that I can scan down more minerals more easily. So yeah, it's gonna be a fair bit of you know, material, especially things like calcium and what is this guy? Yeah, more calcium. It's just like calcium. So yeah, a lot to be done there. But if you, like, for example, look up your standard atmospheric. Let's see, what's this? I guess a medium? No, that's an air brake. Atmospheric freight basic. We'll just go with the basic. You have, like, what is that? 300,000 newtons of thrust from that guy, and it weighs about 2 tons. Maybe 3. So let's say 3. Okay, but then you go rocket, and you look up a rocket engine, and here you notice that it's, well, what is that? I mean, bit of a third of the weight, a sixth of the weight. But it has like 3 million thrust. So these things are dangerous. Generally, people don't use them in atmosphere because as soon as you turn them on, they just launch with everything they got. They just try to go as much as they can. The stream still is a little bit choppy, but it looks maybe okay. Posted the drawing, and I don't know if I'm any good. Hey, even if you're not, and I haven't looked at it yet, even if you're not, the key is to keep drawing and, you know, looking up drawing stuff and becoming better, right? Like, I know I never actually got good at drawing faces, and I can draw a humanoid shape, but the humanoid shape is kind of eh. But you know, it just takes like a lot of practice because it's a skill. You got to learn how to look, you got to learn how to move your fingers, you got to learn your, like, the paper, you got to learn your medium. It's all like a big pain in the butt. Let's just take a look real quick. Over here. And going live. That's this one. Community creations. That's a good spot to put it. Dude, that's great. That is freaking great. I like it. I don't know if it's from something because I don't follow. There's so many series I can't follow. I can't. But that like looks really good. I like it. Yep. Sweet. I'm gonna give that a thumbs. I guess you can't see it. I don't know. I can show it on stream if you want, but I don't know if you want me to or not. It's up to you. Give it a zombie thumbs up. There you go. You do colored pencils, but I recently got better ones that weren't mismatched odd brands. I love pencil crayon, which is colored pencils, I guess, as a medium. It's my favorite medium. Chalk is also good, but chalk doesn't stay, you know? Chalk is like kind of like you can do some really cool stuff with it, but it's so, I almost want to call it ephemeral. It just goes all over the place. That one was done with a random brand of pencils. Okay, well, I mean, I like it. It looks good. Okay. Whew. Rocket testing time. Yeah, so if I'm flying this thing in atmosphere, I kind of want some stabilizers and I kind of want some wings. This thing here has a lot of adjusters. I don't really want to bring it into space, but I can probably do that. And I kind of want to upgrade my air brakes because these brakes aren't really that big. So, you know, I kind of want to make bigger ones. Okay, so let's just upgrade this ship real quick, and then we're done that. We'll go test and see what happens. So let's see here. We want... I'm going to go with the stabilizers first. Ooh, those are huge. Stabilizer is small, might have been a bad choice. Maybe we'll just put one on. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this basically just... if you turn your ship, it tries to make the ship turn. Like, right, if I turn this way, it then tries to make the whole ship turn this way. Otherwise, you kind of like drift, like to the side. Sorry, that was probably too loud. But drift kind of to the side, and it's kind of not good. In fact, it really sucks. Okay, I've been contemplating putting a hover engine on it, but I don't know. It's like, I've kind of got these like engines here for flight. I don't know. But we could blow up right away. As soon as we try this thing, we could go boom. Because what might happen if I didn't install the script correctly is this thing might try to just use all of its fuel immediately, which will then cause this whole ship to accelerate to way over the 1200 kilometer per hour speed limit. Not speed limit, but atmospheric speed limit, in which case the air resistance will shred this thing apart. Yeah, that'll be fun, right? No, let's use these guys first here. Yeah, I mean, that looks fine. See if we can mirror mode that guy. Boom. That's like a lot of braking power now. Oh, we can actually turn on our various things here about dynamics here. 16 G's of thrust. That's insane. That's so much for like one engine. Wow. But it's a small ship, so what am I, you know, it's not, I'm not surprised. Also, that character was one that I drew as practice, but then someone wanted me to draw her again with a World War I Russian uniform. Oh, okay. Yep, no, I can see it. The thing is, if you were trying to copy someone, even if there was like from some anime, I may not know it because anime has exploded so much. I have not been able to follow it. There's a few that I like that are not high school dramas that are more like, you know, Attack on Titan. Like I rewatched all of that. Oh, that's cool. I like that thing. Great perspective work. Yeah, I like it. If you guys want to see these, you're going to have to go into my Discord and go into the Community Creation Center to see what I'm chatting about. That's on my Discord server, which probably is not linked in the bottom of this description. I'll try to do that after the stream. Anyhow, so we have 36.9 G's of brake force, so we should be able to stop this thing pretty friggin' quick. We have no lift yet, and that's one of the next things we're going to do is add some wings. That's a stabilizer. Some wings. Ooh, that is a big wing. So that we've got some lift. Now, do I want to add it back here? I don't know. Maybe. Let's put it right over that rocket part. Maybe? Sure. Why not? Marvelous. My inertial matrix is okay. We'll hit symmetry mode on that, and it should be there. So now we've kind of got a small little octoplane thing. I don't know. But we have... What do we got? We've got 15 Gs of high altitude lift. This thing should have no problem flying. We've got enough lift to pick us off the ground. So that's fantastic. Okay, so... I don't draw fan art of characters, I just invent my own. That's beautiful, I love it. Because, yeah, that's what I used to do when I was a kid too. Like, I used to draw just all the things that were in my brain as well as I could. Some of them didn't turn out so good, but I tried. You drew the Robodoggo from imagination. Nice. I have to put it in 7 Days to Die or something. It's an easy 3D model, so... but adding the bones and stuff, that may not be so easy. But it would be cool. It would be cool. Alright. I also, later on, if this works, not this episode, but I want to test out the effect of honeycomb on light dynamics. And I don't think it's going to be crazily influential, but I think there's a few key things that are going to be annoying that shouldn't be the way it is. Anyhow, we'll get there. Build mode 6, and now we need to jump up. We need to fuel this sucker up with Xeron fuel. Alrighty. I didn't manufacture this Xeron fuel, I bought it separately because I was like, this may be a one-time endeavor. Yeah. I'm terrified actually, you know? Terrified. Okay. Yeah, so let's just talk about the script real quick. This is a video from a video that came out recently. This was this is on Reddit. It's Dodgen's Rocket Governor, I guess. So yeah, basically I added these bits of code in, hopefully to the right places, so that it doesn't blow me up. Yeah. And basically it just tells it if it's boosting or not. This gets the speed, the longitudinal speed. If the speed is less than the cruise control speed, then turns off the rocket engine, or does whatever the rocket engine needs to have done to it. If it's boosting, then it turns it on for a moment. Well, yeah, it turns it on as long as it's on, but then if it's boosting, it's not boosting, is boosting, unit set thrust. So basically it sets the thrust on or off based on if the speed of the ship is above or below the cruise control value. So I hope to set this up correctly without dying. So basically turn on the cruise control, which is Alt-R, and set the ship's desired speed with the mouse wheel, aim up, hit B to the booster, hit B to disable Silverblade Dagger. He's one of the people in our little crew here. Awesome guy. Okay, yeah, so then I'm gonna move this thing onto the runway, and we're gonna try it. I'm terrified. It's like, what, Chuck Yeager? Chuck Yeager? Wasn't he the first guy to, like, break the speed sound barrier because he was on a rocket plane? Oh boy. I'm terrified. Prep for it! Is there autopilot? My brain is full now. Jakey, good info. Yeah. There's cruise control. That's not exactly autopilot. I don't believe there's... In-game, there's no autopilot, but you could program an autopilot, and some people have. Does it noom? I don't know. It might. It might just go boom. Okay, I've got to reposition myself because I'm terrified. This is my terrified position, the one that I get into when I'm doing Horde Night on 7 Days to Die. You guys can't see it, but it's, you know, it's actually pretty chill, pretty relaxed. It's a little bit more upright, though. Okay. Okay. Ah, man, I am terrified. Silverblade! So I won't be too chatty here. Okay. My God. Rocket plane time. May blow apart. Okay. I'm just delaying. I'm terrified. There's nothing to be terrified. If I die, I'll just end up back down there. I have scrap on me, so I can repair it. I can get everything working again, and it'll be fine. You know, it's only another death, right? Like, who cares? Whatever. Okay. Don't go boom, don't go boom, don't go boom. Okay. Cruise control on. I'm gonna go like this so we can see this sucker. Oh my God. Print screen. Take a little picture of it. Okay, so yeah, this is the elevator script, so we can go up. It doesn't move up very fast anymore. And I'm just gonna tap it. And we got nothing. Oh, that is so... Oh, because we haven't hit boosters. We have to hit the B button. Whoa! So basically, it just, like, kicks it on for a moment. And... we kind of like Project Orion, I guess. It's like a misfiring car. I don't know how long they'll keep this in the game. But in theory, this engine can take me all the way to space. I'm just kind of dialing up the speed because I feel unfortunately confident about it, which will be my death. No, we're going up. We're going up, 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 up. Into space! I kind of want to see the vectors on this thing. Yeah, we are in space. That's sweet because, like, I don't really need any other kind of engines now. You can see the adjusters trying to level me out. There's actually the leveling script on this. But what we now need to do is get back to the ground. Because I don't really have brakes or any sort of way to maneuver this thing. So oh, no. That's too fast. Crap. Oh, crap. I'm gonna burn up because... What are you doing? The cruise control's all broken, I think. But if I hit the atmosphere going this speed, I am dead. Dead as can be. Okay, I'm okay. Whoa! Oh, you still are here, Laney. Nice. Okay, cool. That was terrifying. But that's cool how well this works. So in theory, we can go anywhere now with this thing. I mean, it doesn't have... I don't even know how much fuel I've got. It doesn't show me my fuel levels. Yeah, you went to get a drink. Alright, no problem. I got a drink too. I gotta get more of this eggnog though. Yum, 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 yum. Alright. Where is Silver's base at? Where's my base at, for that matter? Ah, over here. Now it has to readjust. You can see the vectors off of these elements. They're like the tail part here. That's adjusting for the yaw, so the left and the right. It's redirecting my force. So, oh no, that's too fast. You slow the heck down there, guy. Cool. This is awesome. Like, I've been playing for, I guess, months now, and the fact that you have to have all the different kinds of engines and such makes it a major pain in the butt. But this is super compact, and getting into space was so easy. I can't see how the devs would leave this thing in. It's a little bit pretty OP, to be honest. So I'm going to just drop a bunch of distance here. Because we're way too high up. So yeah. The move booster needs a dimmer. That's the thing, is no one can... You wouldn't be able to do this in space, or in atmosphere usually, because it doesn't have a dimmer. It's all or nothing. And it's so much thrust that it would rip you apart. And so that is the main reason why someone invented this script, so that we could actually do this. Not me specifically, just whoever it was, Dodger, I guess. So yeah, that's cool. These were not too crazy expensive in terms of things. They're like, you get about 100,000 quanta a day, which is the money. And they were under that. They were about 100,000. So it was not too bad. This is definitely a bad mix of a platform of things. It's, you know, with the atmospheric engines like that, it's just not great. Is Silver here? I don't know if he's here or not, but I need more fuel again, so I'm gonna stop off at his little fuel depot. We're just gonna slow this guy down. Try to land it in 3 minutes here. Booster off. So it's trying to stabilize itself. Now I basically have to fly it like this. It's actually not moving very well. Interesting. Yeah, this is the problem when you start designing a new ship, is that it entirely, you know, you gotta figure out its characteristics. And yeah, I don't really know all the characteristics of this guy, because it's just I don't know, man. Man, this would be so loud. Like a shotgun going off behind you all the time. Okay. And we're going to turn the booster off, hit those air brakes, and then just land it. I wish the camera position could be slightly readjusted. Silver! Okay, and Alt F. Woo! Ooh, Silver's starting something new. Argentum Eagle. Neat. These are probably medium stabilizers, I'm guessing. Oh, stabilizers large. They're weird looking on their side. Oh, why is this core way up there? Interesting. I don't know what he's up to. Oh, it's over here. Okay, I see. I need fuel. I should check the fuel level of the Xeron gas. Do we have raw ore drop off? We don't have any other fuels. Atmosphere. I need only like, I don't know, 200, I think. Whee! Oh, right. I mean, I think that's kind of the main things I had planned for tonight. Nothing like insanely crazy. I mean, this was crazy in its own right, but like beyond this, there wasn't much more. So, you know, there's that. Okay, and Xeron fuel, what do we got? We burnt most of it doing that. But that's not bad, and it was such an amazing way to get into space. It was just like, just go up and do it. I've been struggling for the last 2 weeks, basically learning how to do wings and space thrusters and, or well, space engines and atmospheric engines in such a way as to make it easy-ish to get into space. So, this was kind of a dream. Oh, I see. I left it at the other base. It was linked in my container. Well, let's get over there. Or where's Silver? There's Silver. You look pretty busy, Silver. I'll let you run around. This is Silver's base. He's got a lot of the resource planning. One of these maybe I'll have to do a video with him. His base is much better laid out than mine. Yeah, so refiners and then smelters, I guess, here. And with inputs, I guess. No, those are higher tier ores. Here's the smelters. So he's got this all like laid out and whatnot. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. And then, man, his base is just so much cleaner than mine. Small little chemical and glass area. Okay. And then what do we got here? Electronics. Transfer units and 3D printers. Holy cow, that is an insane amount of transfer units. Oh, damn. Pipes, screws, hydraulics, burners, robotic arms. So these are all just subcomponents of all the other things. But this is sort of what it, like the crafting can look like once you know, get into it. There is a ton of stuff. Uncommon standard frames, nice. Anyhow, that's all that. Yeah, so we're gonna go try to fly this back over to my base, which is just right there, real quick, so that I can get some fuel. So basically just go up. Oh, no. Ooh. Crap. Stop. This is the problem with my leveling script, is that it's I haven't set the torque up too high. I could set it up higher so that it doesn't rotate as much. I always do that. Thunk back to the ground and then just level out, please. Okay, up. And I guess boost? That's a bad idea. Turn that down. We gotta go into cruise control mode. Go up. I did not turn the booster up, so that was a bit of a problem. And we're constantly trying to level out because of the script. I mean, this is just my... I was just like, I'm just gonna like test this out. But you can see like... Well, you should be able to see the adjusters puffing smoke around to level everything out to the gravity's level. Yeah. Silverblade! Yeah, no, I like it. I was thinking I could let you try this. I'll leave it over at my base if you want to come and try it later. But I didn't have any more Xeron fuel, so I couldn't refuel it and let you try. Sorry, Silver. But it'll be over here if you want to try it. But you're gonna need to check out that script from Dodger. It's on Reddit. Or Dodgens Don't Die Rocket Governor. Yeah, and it's basically just these steps here where like you put your ship into cruise mode, set the desired speed with the mouse wheel, aim away from anything, hit B to turn on the booster, and then yeah, you're good. Because you can turn the booster off by hitting B like I just did. And yeah, it's now off. Yeah, hopefully I can get over here. Got 5 minutes. Probably make it. Just want to land on the upper floor. Come on. Or I guess maybe I'll land down below. Anyways, I think I should try to get over to Hal's base. I need more... I should probably do some more mining. So, cruise control. We are on cruise control. Yeah, that works not too bad. And set it down. It's all good. I definitely will have to give it a try. Booster off. And, yeah, I guess C to land. Before I put on this rocket booster, I was able to get into space in, you know, moments, but I didn't have any sort of way to keep going once I was up there. Oh, well, that was a success. I like that. I hate falling through things like that. Okay. What do I need to do to go to Alioth? First off, we check the map. So yeah, also, I think I have a couple of new designs now that this script works. I'm going to be able to build an awesome ship when I go back for Thades. I just need bigger fuel tanks, so that's going to be a project, I guess, of its own. But that's okay. That's okay. The amount of space that required was pretty minimum, so yeah, I like it. But yeah, my other base is on Moon 2 here of Thades, and it's all tricky to get to. Super dark there and everything. But I'm going to do another video about it at some point. But now we can get to pretty much any of these planets a lot easier, a lot quicker, I should say. Now that Hal has the warp drive done, so. But yeah, this is Sanctuary here. This is where we are right now. But we want to go to Alioth, which is the other sort of place. So we're going to try to go there. Construct, where's our Alioth HQ? We're going to set the destination, and it is over here somewhere. It's on the other side of the planet down there. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so we're going to go and see that, I think. That'll be another fun thing to do. I mean, I kind of would like to get this going, but I don't know that I have the minerals to get my XL thing going. I haven't really finished the calculations, but if we look up territory scanner, that's the one we're going to need to do. I think. Yep, assembly XO. Recipes, territory scanner, apply. So yeah, at some point I'll gather up all this stuff. These are like tier 2 stuff, so they require extra things. Hey, Sharky! How's it going? Yeah, the base is good. How hard can a rocket launch be? I don't know. Ask the forefathers of rocket science. I came for the boom. Do not disappoint, please. Okay, fine. We'll fly it one more time. It's over here. It works really, really well. It's just kind of, you know, it's a test vehicle, so it's a little bit weird. Which is fine. You know, it's got an undersized fuel tank down there, and this one's actually pretty undersized as well, so. Yeah, but it's fine. Let's see here, we want, we want to get out of build mode, press 6, fuel this sucker up. We have only one more tank of fuel left, and then pretty much it. And we'll refuel this guy. There we go. Did you launch it already? And it's whole? Boring. Fine. Do you want me to fly it or not, man? Do you want me to fly it or not? Yeah. Basically, it would instantly blow up if it were to just go. But because there's a governor on it, as they said, it doesn't blow up. It actually flies. Okay. So yeah. Let's put it into cruise control. We'll crank up the speed to something like that. Go into this mode. Go up. Up. There we go. Aim up. And hit B for booster. And it's the way. Like, it's insane. So cool, though. because yeah, it just sort of launches and then, you know, it just goes into space. Nothing else really required. So yeah. That's basically that. I'm not in space yet, but I don't really want to because I don't. The elements and stuff aren't in place for that. Let's dive. This is the way I found the best to actually bring my other ship into area. It's works pretty well. Some ships pull up pretty well. Other ones are kind of fall like rocks. I don't know what this one's going to do. I may be splatted down there in a moment. We'll see. We're going to turn down this. We turn off the booster, I think. Yeah, I'm going to turn off of that. That should cause us to go pretty quick this direction. And once we're over top, we can just use the elevator function of this ship to basically park. Yep, we have enough air brake that it's easy to stop. So, I'll just kind of keep our speed down a little bit as we go down. This system actually works pretty well. This would be better in a touchscreen, I think, ship where I could modulate the, like, turn on or off the self-leveling. This is pretty awesome for like VTOL, just like straight up hovers down. But it wasn't so great for other aspects because it continually tries to level the ship, obviously. So not so great. And come on, there we go. Done. That was awesome. Yeah, it's insane how quickly that goes. Sounds like Hal is back. Hal, how's it going? I don't know. What's Hal up to? I'm not sure. I need to just clear my throat once. Alright, there we go. Hal, where are you? Oh, you can't hear me. I think the sounds I'm hearing are actually the sounds of my base. Because all the machines, if they're not running, are a big pain in the butt. They just constantly make noise. These ones here, I've actually made some programs to turn it all off. Some of it off. These guys here, because it's deafening at times. But those ones all are still running, because I haven't done any sort of program to turn them off yet, so it's, yeah, I don't know. I'll get to it. It's just a matter of time. Okay, shall we fly to Alioth? It's a little bit boring. Usually, unless it's exciting, in which case it's too exciting. So anyway, we need to go stop off at Silver's. That's a bug I really hope they fix one of these days. In fact, you just like whoosh right through if you're going too fast. It's like quantum tunneling right through it. Come on. There we go. You know, if I was to rebuild this base, maybe putting it not quite above the water would have been nicer. But, you know, you live and learn. Okay, so this ship here I think is pretty much empty, but I need to go get some more resources, so I need to go to Earth, well, to Alioth, and do that. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. I need some atmosphere or some space fuel, so I guess I'm gonna have to stop off at Silver's place. Yeah, and actually I need to, I'm gonna leave the Xeron fuel here just in case you want to try it, Silver. Need some elevators. Well, elevators, they'd make it a little faster. This probably has too much fuel in it. Meant for fuel, but it's probably got too much stuff. Put a bit of fuel in here. From here, a Xeron fuel. Good. Hey, looks like I got some fuel, but that's fine. We're going to take this ship in a different way. But yeah, you'll see why some aspects of the game are better left. Well, maybe not better left unstreamed. Just I find it, based on my streaming style, to be a little bit weird to stream them. All right, let's go over to Silver's base. So this ship flies much differently. It is kind of like a giant Airbus. Crap, where's Silver's base? Turn that down. It is, I always like miscalculated. It's this way. But these giant fins are pretty much the main ones that change the direction we're going, as long as they're not too far over. Oh, well, now we're drifting because of the... Whoa! Ninja Loops donated $5 through Super Chat. Ninja Loop, you are the most consistent donator, probably, to the channel. You are freaking awesome. Too early to be awake. Yeah, I suppose so. For me, it's pretty late, so... Alright, over here is where we need to go. Turn down the thrust. For today, Ninja, we are flying spaceships and building spaceships and trying not to blow up. But yeah, this thing cruises pretty smoothly. It just, you know, basically just floats. But if you go too slow, it will drop like a rock. And I have spent hours, literal hours, repairing this ship since I've built it, which sucks. But that is the way it is. Okay, and stop. Great. Just set it down on the ground a little bit. And that. Okay, time to get some fuel and then go. So this is what going into space is like without. Ooh, 2 large containers. Nice. Gonna put more engines on it. I think you're gonna need what, 6 or 12? Silver? That might be the case. I don't know. Base fuel. I'm gonna need 1600 to fill up my tank, I guess. And then I guess another 1600 for the trip back. Definitely need to contribute to this pool of fuel at some point. Yeah, and we have aluminum scrap to repair it so that if I crash, you know, we can fix things. Cool. This is Silver's other ship. We had to fly it to save my ship the other day. It was, like 75, no, more than 75, like 175 kilometers away. It was ridiculously far away. And, without him, it would have taken me hours to get the repair done, but instead it only took about an hour. So 3 AM is the best time. Nice. I do want to be famous with Prime viewers on bigfollows.com. Silly bots. Okay, build up. These wings that are red, they don't have perfect lift. That's why they're red. Because there's elements behind them that are preventing them from getting as much lift as they could possibly get. Yeah. Anyway, fuel time. That one's topped off. You need fuel. Not a ton. Oh boy. Oh boy. This ship actually takes off pretty well when it's unburdened, but it is a little bit tricky otherwise. We're gonna wait for those engines to warm up. We're gonna align ourselves. Whoa boy, whoa boy, whoa boy, whoa boy, whoa boy. Roughly to Alioth. I always like flying in this mode because I can see what the ship is doing, in terms of like lift vectors and stuff. The red engines don't turn on until you get to about, on this planet, it's about 4,200 meters. But as you go up, the atmospheric density decreases, so you can see the actual like arrows shrinking, and that's because there's less air, and thus the actual forces from these elements is reduced, and that then is, a bit of a problem because as you go up, you have less lift to lift you up, and if your ship isn't designed right, you just can't get out of orbit, like out of atmosphere, and then out of space. But then you also have to make sure that you limit your speed, which is why the rocket had that governor on it to about 1,000 ish, kilometers per hour. The speed that 12 or 1,200 is like, that's where things start randomly blowing up on your ship every now and then, which is bad. Just in case you didn't know, it's bad. Because if you lose three of your engines, you have no engines. If you lose all your... okay. We're above that threshold, so we're now technically in high orbit, and these engines are kicking in, but they are really powerful. So they are going to try to accelerate me really fast, and I need to basically get out of atmosphere. Yep, you can hear that banging sound. Slow down, slow the hell down. Need to get, out of atmosphere. There we go, we're good. Oh, maybe. If the engines kick on fast enough, we'll be fine. Yeah, you have to get through this, like, annoying height level that's, like, upper atmosphere, so there's air, but there's too much of it. Oh, we're going too fast. Yeah, let's slow down. We kind of want an orbital trajectory. So that's Alioth over there. So we're going to want to kind of start correcting ourselves and aiming towards that planet. Yeah, anyhow, bad things can happen. Things can blow up as you try to get out. If you don't have enough fuel, you might have to crash. Or like you might run out of fuel and you might crash because your ship has nothing left. And if your ship isn't designed right, it won't do very well. This one is pretty good at gliding, so if I can get the nose to come back up, with enough speed, I can usually set it down by gliding down, but it's not always that way. So, yeah, these are kind of the main activities. Well, some of the main activities of the game. Mining is a bit different. I don't know if you guys want to see some mining later on when I get to Alioth. Be a bit slow. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, because we're in basic orbit now. I'm going to change my angle around here. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm still pretty close to that planet there, but... well, I don't know. We'll push it a little bit. I don't think I've had...
jump for the tree.
I'm already up in space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Watch out for the asteroids.
Yeah, they're around, aren't they?
They're all over the place.
All right, that should eventually bring me to Alioth. Oh, yeah. So this is the part. This is the reason why Hal has built a warp drive, because now it's like you just sort of fly through space as if you were flying through space. So it's just like, it's fine going from these two planets, but if you want to start going to like Thades, that's a 2-hour trip. Mattis is a 2-hour trip, I think, right? Hal, it was 2 hours, roughly, with landing and taking off.
Well, it depends on how daring you are. If you're willing to do high speed burns into and out of atmosphere, you can do it in about 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a lot of travel time. So the warp drive makes it pretty much like a few minute trip. Like the actual warp is maybe what, 2 minutes or less?
It depends, but yeah, it's only it's an insignificant amount of time.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, I'm just going to change the main angle of travel here by doing that. And now you'll see the purple line quickly move over towards the planet. Silver says, I take it slow to Thades, which is about 3 to 4 hours for me. Oh, yeah. And see, it can all work if you plan your day around it. Like, you know, if I'm making supper, I can go really slow and it's fine. I have time to, cook things. But it is kind of gotta be there for some times. Like if it's
yes.
once you get into atmosphere, you gotta be there for that critical moment. There's only about 4 or 5 kilometers, I think, maybe 6, the entire trip that I'm really worried. There's a point, actually I'm gonna turn around totally, where like I have to do a nosedive and pull up when I'm entering atmosphere, and I gotta be there for that. If that doesn't happen, I am doomed. And lifting off of the planet, that sanctuary, that's where we came from now. Yeah, there's that height from about 4 kilometers to 6 kilometers, which is like iffy.
So are you on your way to Sanctuary or to Alioth?
Alioth.
Okay.
Yep, it's just flight time. Yeah. I probably could go a little bit faster. I might.
Oh yeah. See, I cranked to for the Alioth trip. I do upwards of 20K.
Ooh, that's fast, man.
Yeah.
How much braking do you have?
None on the current ship. I broke down the other ship.
Oh, okay.
I used it for parts for the new ship.
Lainey from Adredengaming says, "Hi, Al."
Hi, Lainey.
Yeah. So, yeah, I used it for parts. Did you remember what kind of braking power it had for space brakes?
I want to say 3Gs. It was somewhere like 2.8 to 3Gs
Okay.
in an atmosphere.
Yeah.
In space, I think it was 1.6, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna push my luck a little bit. We're gonna go just a little bit faster. A little bit.
What's your distance?
3.9. I've got time.
I wouldn't go over like 15.
Yeah, I'm only at 9. Well, I'm only at 10 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, just a little bit faster.
Yeah, 12 is probably where I would stop, but you know your vehicle better than I do, so.
yeah, it's pretty much fine. But yeah, I always try to err on the, side of not getting blown up for some weird reason. Oh, it's doing that thing where it's doing the like, a mystery moon is appearing right in front of you, but no, it's just the weird shader that's like suddenly appearing on the planet.
Yep.
Scared the crap out of me so much the first time it happened. Alrighty then, we're gonna now get ready for our deceleration burn. We have 18 minutes worth of fuel left of the space fuel. So I tried the Rocket Hell, and it is amazing. It's a friggin', it's so beautiful.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
So
Are you using the "Don't Go Boom" script?
yeah, yeah, it's amazing. I've got so many I've got so many plans for ships now. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I can just like so, and they can be so compact and just like,
Well,
it's gonna be so good.
and the thing is, the fuel is ridiculously cheap,
Hmm.
but the parts to make the rocket and tank, specifically the tank, are ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like if you use it more than a couple of times a week, you're probably saving money. But if you only use it once in a while, I don't know if the value is there.
Yeah. Well, I would use it for space freight probably, but I wouldn't use it for going to the market, right?
Well, I'd use it for going to the market using that script. That thing is awesome.
Well, yeah, I just don't know that it's really worth it. I mean, maybe. I haven't. It's just a matter of like playing with it more. This is the first time I tested it, so.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna slow down now. So I do this reverse brake, so I have the added thrust of the main engines pushing against my velocity vector, and then my brakes are also on, right? So all of those are pushing against my current velocity. So I slow down really fast, actually, which is great. Yeah, so let's see. Silver did say something. Space is incredibly and terribly boring, except for those brief moments of abject terror and brown pantsness. Indeed. We're gonna.
Yeah, that would be the planetary reentry.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like getting off the planet's easy. That's actually fun.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. It's I'm about to re-enter atmosphere, and I'm going at 3 times the rated speed limit for the planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like it can be frustrating if your ship can't quite get off the planet, but like, it's not nearly as bad as being a couple kilometers from the surface and like still crashing towards it. You're just like, I am going to die.
Yeah. So I tried your nose first trick with the old ship before I disassembled it.
Mm-hmm.
I was able. Okay, I didn't crash the ship first off. Just so
That's good. That's good.
spoiler warning here. Um, it handled okay for me coming in, but it dropped much further than I'm normally comfortable with.
Right.
So for the old ship, I would probably go back to the glide plane entry, basically orient 45 degrees off of gravity,
Mm-hmm.
and just do a minor thruster burn on the way in to keep your forward momentum high enough that when you hit atmosphere that the wings bite and carry you.
Right.
So
Yeah, mine is kind of similar, but yeah, it's definitely steeper. But I have a lot of wings on this one, right? So
yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to place the wings for mine now. I need to add, I don't know, like 6, maybe 8 wings and a bunch of ailerons.
right. Which is
Ailerons.
I definitely need to play around with those a lot more because I haven't really done anything with that element yet.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm stopping, guys.
They're good for. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna basically stop my ship and then vector it straight down to the base.
Yeah. Right on.
Because it works with this ship. I know that now.
Nice.
Roughly there. Yeah, what is little downward velocity? No, whatever. Whatever. Gonna go.
So my dog's got gas again.
Oh no! The worst. Yeah. The worst.
That's in the middle of recording a video, and I had to stop.
Yeah. Yep.
It was that bad. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, you just can't. You can no longer stay anywhere in like a recording frame of mind. Yeah, I get it. I've
Yeah,
only experienced it a couple times from dogs because I don't currently own one or anything. But man, nah.
yeah. Well, he wasn't feeling well, like middle of October or so.
Hmm. Right.
Um, and so we had to take him over to the vet, and it turned out there's basically it's the dog or canine equivalent of irritable bowel. It's an intestinal thing,
Mm. Hmm.
and it's normally related to stress, um, but the vet figures it's probably because with my wife and I both working from home,
Yep.
the dog's always got someone around, and basically he's always on edge. It's just
Mm.
he's waiting for us to figure out if we're going to go do something.
Oh, okay.
And so he's either asleep or like, are we going? Are we going?
Yeah.
And so we've been trying to keep him a little bit calmer. And they gave us some medicine for him, and so he's doing much better. But
Nice.
yeah, the return of the gas is a good indication that he's feeling better.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. So at 100 kilometers, the atmospheric stuff kind of comes into play like a little bit. So now I'm kind of trying to keep my speed limit down. I actually found recently that I like going to Control R and then reducing my speed to about 900 um, kilometers per hour, and that way, basically, the ship like automatically stops itself from going boom. So yeah, now I can just hands off for a few more minutes.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've not done the cruise control entry. So does it does it basically fight gravity to keep you at whatever you set your speed to, or do you have to continuously adjust your?
Yeah, so I mean, normally that's what I would do, right? I would pulse my brakes on myself, but I realized, hey, cruise control could kind of work. It's a little bit like the first time I did it, I was a little bit nervous because it's like, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work at all? But it actually is not too bad.
Oh man, that's gonna make reentry so much easier.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I have space fuel, right? So like occasionally the brakes will go on too much, and then the engines turn on again to accelerate me back up to whatever speed I choose.
Right.
Um, but you do want to keep in mind whatever velocity. Well, for mine, I need to keep in mind that I want some velocity kind of going forward, not just
Yeah.
downward.
Right.
So I need to constantly kind of think about that.
Yeah, that was the problem that I ran into early on was that the vehicles I was designing
Yeah,
have great glide planes, and I was using the stand on the brake on the reentry, so you're basically dropping straight down.
yeah,
So it was really hard for me to recover because the ship wasn't built for recovering from that. It was built for doing angular insertions.
yeah, yeah. It is so important to like get to know your ship. Like it took me a long time to figure this out. Silver says, from my experience with cruise control, it pulses the brake and keeps the engines running. It'll drop your vertical speed to 99 kph until it can turn vertical into horizontal speed.
Huh.
Hmm.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Silver. Appreciate the tip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got to. I mean, I generally, yeah, I want the downward velocity. Well, I use the downward velocity, I guess, is what I figured out for this particular build, anyway.
Yeah, you're a lawn dart that continuously misses the ground.
Yeah, essentially. Like if we start going into this mode, we should be able to see the vectors from everything, but you can't see anything from the wings yet because the wings aren't actually doing anything because I'm not in atmosphere yet. I'm still
Yeah,
40
just seeing
kilometers
the
too high.
momentum. Yeah. What's your altitude?
42.
Oh yeah, you're not going to get. You probably won't have actual gravity impact until somewhere around 30 or so.
Yeah, but then once I get closer to the ground, I have to keep an eye on the green arrow. And once it starts pointing up, like above the plane of the ship, above my character, I can I know that it's time to like nose up soon. But do it in like small steps, but because if you do it too fast, you just end up stalling your wings, and then you just fall anyway. So there's a little bit of skill involved.
Yeah, so the ailerons that we were talking about earlier, you were saying you haven't used them much.
Yep.
They're basically smaller versions of the stabilizers, but they have a shallower stall angle.
Okay.
So they're much easier to stall, but they don't. But unlike the stabilizers and wings, they don't increase drag, or at least not significantly.
Hmm.
So your lift to drag ratio with them it's phenomenal.
Okay.
I think the mediums have a lift of like 1.6 million or something like
Hmm.
that.
Wow.
The smalls I think are 960,000 or so, maybe, or a million. I don't remember.
Okay.
I have to. I mean, I guess I can go check. I'm standing at the headquarters, so
Yeah.
we've got the parts here. I can go take a look.
Hmm.
Uh,
So usually around 10k, I will also like reduce my speed from 900 because I find that 500 is more than enough to do my little trick. But I'm gonna actually do it now because I want to. And I just discovered that I can move the zoom on my camera by holding shift and wheel mouse. Wow, about time. There we go. So yeah, still falling. I mean, I will fall a lot slower because I take my time on reentry, at least until I become extremely skilled at flying this particular vessel.
all right, so the extra small ailerons
Yep.
are 100k newtons maximum.
Right.
That's the extra small. And even those things are fairly big.
10k. No problem. I do my orbital insertions with cruise control. Nice. I gotta figure out how more to do like a proper orbital insertion. Okay, 9k. So this is where we're gonna start. We're going slow enough that it's not a big deal. But the space brakes will stop working, and then the air brakes will start working, and the wings will pick up. You'll see the wings vectors kick in, and then that green arrow will start to point upward, and we will be basically gliding. If I don't, fail the nose pulling up maneuver. And any moment now, this is the part where it's the brown pants moment. It's like, come on, come on, come on. Okay, there's a little bit of that. Oh, pull up. Come on, wings, go. Vector up, please. Oh, for the love of God, thank you very much. Whoa. It's just like, that's the moment. That's the last little part that's like, it's kind of dull, kind of boring. And then all of a sudden you're just like, oh my God.
And then the wings.
Yeah. Whew.
So did you reposition your wings so now that you've got them split forward and aft and they're flat, or did you change?
So I made it so they're all you ever like when you're in the car and you put your hand out the like window and you like angle it so that it like blows upward. They're all in that sort of angled upward position, but I moved a lot more of them to the lower side of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Worf, how's it going? Crash, crash, crash. Suck, suck. Hey, dude, that's not very nice, Worf.
How's it going? So yeah. So it's a small angle. You've got a slight angle on it.
Yeah, I think I tilted it 2 down.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's like, at this stage here, yeah. Oops, that one's on. No, 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 no. So if I get too slow, guys, there's a cessation speed, which you have to keep above, otherwise your ship will crash too much. But generally, this ship is good at staying aloft. What? Who's over here? character. So this is the Ark ship as well. It floats up here above the planet. And there's markets and stuff down there. On Alioth, it's actually becoming a really scary thing because there's ships like that one, or platforms that are just around, and you don't know what's friggin' around until you're right there. There's so many people with space elevators now. It's friggin' scary and dangerous.
Yeah, some of our neighbors around the headquarters have started expanding again.
Oh man,
So,
neighbors.
yeah, well, some of them are. We've got a couple of fairly large organizations nearby,
Hmm.
and so thankfully most of their core have moved off of Alioth, but
Yeah.
turned into a big vacuum spaceship. Wait until you see the medium ship. It kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
I haven't done any of the voxomancy on it yet. I'm just doing framework.
Hey, my ship's pretty empty. It's like a frame, not even a good frame. So
Yeah.
you don't need to justify it to me.
Well, I need to. I want to put skirting on the lower portion of the ship, just to get some of the lowest elements, the lowest hanging elements, up off the ground.
Right.
So I have basically a skid plate in case something happens.
Yeah.
To landing gear, because I don't have landing gear on it yet either.
Okay.
Um,
Neither do I. So let's see here. Silver said, "I think you gave some brown freckles in your new underwear." Yeah, that's what it's like flying this ship. It's just like you gotta have faith that the wings will pick up, but you're just like, oh god, when, when? And then Worf says, "Al, I need you resub to my channel. I started over a while back again. I lost as much." Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
yeah, no worries. I'll find you as soon as we're out of here.
And then Silver says, "Hey, that frame survived when the rest of the bit last night." Yeah, so last night I had my cruise control on, and then I put the cruise control down, and so I was like going at. Gotta slow down a bit more. I gotta like go a lot slower. And basically, then when I tried to readjust, I didn't nose down fast enough to pull up, and then I ended up crashing the whole ship. And these giant wing things are like insanely bad for it. Alright, so the best way to land this guy is to go this direction. Please.
So Silver, when am I getting engine delivery?
Oh, it's so dark. I need to put some. I'm gonna have to put some lighted frame on this thing so that people, if I ever stream or record at night, they can just see what the hell's going on with it.
Yeah. So you know, my new ship is on the north end of the runway.
Okay.
So
this is about almost the Airbus stage, where I basically just align myself to our little base, which is down there. See, there's over there is like the big base that our neighbors are pretty expanded into, but it's pretty cool. I got a good base. It's just that it's kind of a menace to fly around all those things. We gotta go down, 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 and pull up and turn. And then basically we just need to slow down and glide down to the ground. So we just got to control the speed so that we go down enough without stalling and crashing. This is kind of the Airbus landing stage. And then in theory, the space engines, or the vertical boosters will kick in when we're close to the ground, and it's fine at that point. But I generally try to land further back there. I guess I just Doesn't always work out. Yeah. So we're gonna come into the trees here. Come on. Oh, that's a bit much. Okay, good. Woo.
Let's see, you're coming in from the north, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there you are. I see you.
Yeah.
You missed the runway.
You guys have to see how big the runway is. I use this entire field as my runway. And I still missed. Actually, so I guess you're actually correct.
Yeah, I'm actually planning on expanding the runway out so that we'll actually have more runway out towards the water side.
Good idea.
I'm going to invest in a couple of more medium cores to expand the base area, and then that'll give us more parking off on the side along the runway.
Right.
Because since I've got a medium ship, Silver's building a medium ship.
Yep.
And you are still on small, but you said something about upscaling once you get your ship dialed in, right?
Yeah. But I mean, for now, it's okay. Oh, there's a little ship down there. This is good enough.
Don't land on me.
I'll move it over with the tool.
Oh, no worries. Anywhere that my ship isn't sitting is free game. Yeah, you've done a few updates on this.
Yeah, this is the Mark III version. The next updates will probably be rockets, I hope, because it's good enough to go and do everything. Or warp, or warp engine. Just saying, Hal. Maybe a warp engine would be nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, no, it works. It works well. It's just there's a few critical moments that you got to be careful of, and it's not too bad.
It looks like you've basically maximized the entire building area for the small.
Yeah, lengthwise it is maximized. Height
Nice.
and everything else is not, but because I was going to wait until I did some more experimentation with it.
Yeah.
Mostly with actually that new rocket design thing I've got going on. I'm going to do some quick tests. So, yeah. But yeah, it's kind of just a frame. All right, what do you got going on here? Ooh. I like it.
The big ship.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh man, that is a good like integration of this like territory scanner. I like that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna look good.
Yeah, so like I said, this is basically just framework right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the ship as it is right now has those two large cargo containers full of aluminum. So there's it's something like 968 tons of cargo.
Jesus.
And when you get into the pilot seat, it shoots up like it's not carrying anything.
Beautiful.
So in theory, I should be able to get one, maybe two more of them on here. The other thing that I need to do is I need to talk to Silver later because I need a couple of tanks. I'm going to get the large tanks to replace all the mediums. So I'll end up with 2 large atmospheric, 2 large space. And then I need to also bring some materials over for him to make a couple of large thrusters.
Oh, okay.
So
this is the extra large space engine that Silver built for us. Thank you, Silver. Yes. Oh, I'm like way behind on chat.
So
let's just put this way so you guys can look at the ship while I read chat here. The landing, there's like a couple moments where like I can't chat with people even when I'm just like not streaming, because like if I'm taking off and I'm at like the edge of space, that's like I can't chat there, and I can't chat when I'm entering and when I'm landing, like landing. So those are like the critical moments that like you can wreck your ship bad.
Yeah.
So you have to pay attention. But otherwise it's not so bad. Okay. The problem with mac and cheese. Okay, yeah. So Worf said the problem with mac and cheese original is it isn't. It don't go with nothing but hot dogs. I just tried frying it up with meat. Really didn't work too well. Fried hamburger. Well, you gotta make like what is it? Sloppy Joes? Isn't that what they're called? I don't know. Maybe their name has changed.
Sloppy Joe's awesome. I just made Sloppy Joe the other night.
Yeah, it is so good. I haven't had it in a long time, but it is great.
Yeah, and I found a recipe for it that doesn't use vinegar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, swanky little area in here. I like it.
Yeah, so the area directly below the warp drive is going to be basically a conference area.
Oh, cool. So guys, this is the warp drive, and it is insanely expensive. This is our baby now. At least for now. But it should be a lot easier to get more, because now that we have it, we can warp to the places that have the minerals to make it.
Yeah.
If we can find the minerals. So we're all making scanners like mad.
Yeah,
But
you and Silver have been cranking the things out.
yeah, I'm still trying. Hopefully soon. Now that I've got the extra large assembler.
It's really sad that in the time it took me to build one warp drive, Silver cranked out 2 scanners.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the final build that was 1 full day, and one of the subcomponents, even though I had multiple industries running it, still took 3 days.
Yeah.
Because each one of the items, because you need like 60 of these things, and each one of them takes 63 minutes to produce.
Wow.
And that's having most of my manufacturing talents up to rank 4.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So, we're talking of a time reduction of like 40%.
Yeah. That's pretty nuts.
So the forward areas here are going to be like staterooms.
Oh, yeah.
This area back here on both sides, I haven't decided what I'm going to do. It's basically a gallery looking into the conference area. I'm thinking I'm going to put 2 spawn areas in the back of both of them. And that way we'll be able to have people who want to get someplace, they can tag in on it. The ship goes wherever it needs to go, and then when you respawn, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, and then comes up into the cockpit and.
Oh, this is where this is. Okay.
Yeah.
And then a container hub. That's a good use for one of those. Yeah. Cool.
So when it's done, there will be 2 navigator seats in here. So we'll be able to get everybody in one vehicle.
Nice.
We have some lighting. I actually need to put more lighting in here. So if you remember the last ship that I had built,
yeah,
this is the same cockpit layout. It's just bigger. I made it a little bit longer, a little bit wider.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Nice.
And then cleaned up some of the lines and such.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. I like it. Worf also said, I think I would have pulled a Jawoodle and tapped 3 by now. Okay. Or E by now, yeah. That's one of the great things about this game is that when you get into a ship, you have to actually press the button. Sorry, Hal, I hope this doesn't lift it off or anything. And to get out, you press it, and it takes a long time. Sorry. Just hijacked your ship. But yeah, you have to hold it, and it's not just tapping it will knock you out. TFP really should implement something like that where if you're in the gyrocopter, you should have to hold E for like a moment to get out. Yeah.
Well, I said that before too. It's like of all the things that they could have done with the way that they handled vehicles, that was probably one of the most annoying. It's too easy to accidentally get out of the vehicle.
Yeah. Let's see. Did we break anything?
No.
Okay, good. So these are the skirt type things you wanted to do on yours. Just make it so that it's a little bit off the ground. Yeah, see, that's what I did on mine too, right? I put that like little frame underneath it to kind of set down on.
Well, what I'm going to be doing is for the vertical thrusters that are mounted up here under the forward fuel tank.
Yep.
I want to have this. I'm going to have it drop down like another block or so,
Right.
maybe 2 blocks. But I'm going to be practicing my voxelmancy a little bit with it, so we'll have basically some shaping to it. It won't just be a square brick.
Okay. Cool.
But
Seems like a plan. So many cool ships with like awesome voxelmancy, but when you find one of those voxel libraries, that would probably be useful.
yeah.
Yeah. Worf also says, finally got my sound right while recording music videos. Added a microphone with a mouth guard. Okay, cool. And Silver, you're saying to Silver, you had a sloppy Joe last night, huh?
I was gonna say, don't read that one.
Yeah. 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 Anyhow, we'll just move on from that.
Yeah.
Um.
So for the ship that I've got, the only problem that I have with it is the fuel consumption.
Yeah.
It's thirsty. It's really thirsty.
So you've taken it up a couple times?
I've done some just very basic test flights with it to make sure. So I've been learning the inertia matrix in the shipbuilder.
Yep.
And I think I've got a pretty good understanding and a good handle on it now.
Okay.
And so I was taking it up to make sure my expectations based off of that were accurate. And yes, it's just the scale is the thing that I'm still a little fuzzy on.
So it's a little back heavy, but it's kind of like mine, I think. Like it's the numbers are kind of scaled similarly, I think.
Yeah. All right, so let me pull up the torque menu really quick.
I've got mine up, so.
Okay. All right, so from left to right across the top, it's the axes of
So
X,
Y,
your
Z?
major axes, X, Y, Z.
Right.
From top to bottom is X, Y, Z.
Okay.
So your primary axes ratings are top left to bottom right diagonally.
Right. So this is XX, YY, ZZ.
Yes.
Okay.
And then those are the factors whenever you're trying to do something on that axis. So if you're trying to do something on Z, which is basically your yaw
Yeah.
left and right, that's how much force or how much inertia you have on that axis. The numbers, so you're looking at the bottom right number at that point. So the number next to it is pitch, or wait, so pitch, yaw, pitch, roll, yaw.
Okay. Pitch, roll, yeah.
So you're looking at roll in the middle, that 8. So for me, it's 8,700.
Mm-hmm.
And then pitch is negative 73K. So when it turns, the ship should nose up a little bit.
Yep.
And it rolls a lot.
Okay. Yeah. This is very similar, yeah, to mine. That's roughly how I got. But now that you explain it, I think I understand it. Just even that a little bit much more.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, one of the guys over at what's it called, Infinity.
Yep.
I think is the name of their group.
That sounds right.
He did something where he basically went through it step by step.
Okay.
And so, a huge shout out to those guys for actually doing that video. That was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it's, as I was starting to figure it out, and there were pieces of it I didn't understand why things were happening.
Yeah.
And they covered enough of it for me to figure out where the gaps were on my side.
Yeah.
One of the things they don't talk about is that even though the ship, like the mass of the item, doesn't impact your actual torque when you're looking at the torque rating,
mm-hmm.
It does impact inertia.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so what happens is the system basically takes a whole lot of math and tries to make it very simple to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I mad props out to the guys over at Novacork for even trying to include something like this in the game. Um, yeah, so I'm starting to figure out how things impact. And so it takes a lot of real world physics into effect. So, like, if you have a small amount of mass at the edge of your build,
Hmm.
it has a larger impact on the inertia than if it's closer to center.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, the whole lever concept.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I noticed some of those weird effects in my previous version of this guy here, like when I had that smaller plane when I first came back from Thades.
Yeah.
Because I had that fuel tank that was like lifted up and forward. That
Mm-hmm.
was to help balance the inertia. I mean, I didn't quite understand it that well, but like it did help. It brought everything closer to zero, but not
Yeah.
perfect. But that makes it makes a lot more sense now. I think when I watched that video, it was too early for me to have watched it. Like I was just not, I didn't understand enough about ship design at that point to really get it.
Yeah. And that was one of my comments is that it's just, until you've actually played with the system,
Hmm.
it's like having a textbook understanding is one thing, having the real world experience with it is something completely different
Yeah.
because you just don't realize how much of an impact things are like because of the fact that this ship has so much mass. That negative 71K is not really much of an influence.
Hmm. Hmm.
But if you had a 71K influence on your small on the little ship that you had before, you basically would be spinning in circles.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and too, like I think it changes around based on like how much stuff is in your holds and stuff too, right? Like and how much fuel you have, does it not?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's why it's good to have things sort of balanced as much as you can and centralized and such for the ones that vary, right?
Yeah. Um, Fuel tanks and cargo containers
Hmm.
all impact, and they have varying impacts depending on what they're hauling. So, because each of the resources have their own mass
Hmm.
per volume, so you could be carrying 500 units of, say, iron versus 500 units of aluminum. Which one's got the higher mass rating for that same volume? And
Hmm.
that's going to have different impacts on your inertia matrix.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how much stuff they've condensed into this game. Like it's cool, but it's also mind-boggling and frustrating at times to understand some of it. Cool once you
Yeah.
get it, but like it's my god.
Well, they definitely made things overly complex by trying to simplify them.
Yeah.
But at the same point, because they have all of that stuff, most people wouldn't learn the system if they hadn't gone through and
Hmm.
tried to simplify it a little bit.
Yeah. Silver says I build things more intuitively and practically than by numbers or aesthetics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way my initial builds go. Is like with this one, I didn't look at the numbers at all. I put things down in logical places and then
Hmm.
tried to balance everything and then went and looked at the numbers to see what I had to do to tweak it, which is why my adjusters aren't necessarily symmetrical. Like I've got them in some places, but I don't have them countering in others,
Hmm.
specifically because I want different forces in order to try and level things out a bit.
Right. Um.
So when are you going to give your key away?
Oh, my key. I was wondering when Adreden is going to give his key away. I don't know about tonight. I don't have anything. I was thinking about that while I was having a shower before the stream. I was like, um, when am I going to do that? Like, how am I going to do that? And I just like, I don't really know. Come on, rotate better. Come on, Adreden.
Yeah, no, yeah. Adredin has his own keys.
Yeah, I've got my own keys.
Yeah.
I have like two. I may use one for an alt. I don't know. I'm not generally someone who has too many alts though, but I just wanted to take a look at this ship. This one was built entirely intuitive. Yeah, anyways, sorry, just finishing up. I have keys. I need to figure out, I need to get back onto one of those sites of mine that had like a way to randomly choose someone. I just haven't done it in a while, so I need to figure it out. But I need to figure it out for Alpha 19 as well, or 20, Alpha 20 for 7 Days to Die.
I've got some ideas for you. I can talk to you off stream about.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what is this ship? So it is. It's okay balanced. It's not great.
It's actually pretty good.
It's actually pretty good for torque. I think the inertia is a little bit wonky, but it's not bad. Pitch up, pitch down. Yeah, that's actually kind of good. But this one was just thrown together.
What's your mass on this ship?
That's info.
128 tons.
Yeah. And that's the problem with all that. That's one of the impacts that honeycomb material has. Like, it doesn't really impact too many flight dynamics, especially if it's inside the volume of the elements.
It's just the inertia.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, inertia, which is a bugger. So, yeah. But everything is kind of balanced just because of the way I built it. Like, everything is centralized or symmetric in some way.
You could give them away by going eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Where did that? Yeah. Oh, he only had what he had. Al had given to each of us. No, I bought into the game a long time ago. I've been waiting years and years for this game. Oh, this is a bit goofy. I gotta replace this engine. Yeah, I've been waiting for so long for this game. Like, I lost all interest in it for a long time. It was just like, it was so cool and interesting that I got overhyped, and I was like, okay, I have to stop caring about it. Otherwise, it's just gonna consume me. And then I just stopped caring for a long time, and yeah, it was better.
What's funny was that you and I have known each other for a couple of years at this point, and I didn't even know until recently that you were, that you had bought into the game at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, you and I only started talking about it about like maybe a year ago, a little over.
Yep, yeah.
And I had the early access to it because of the early, basically the Kickstarter access.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody could talk about what we were doing, and you couldn't see any of the stuff, and it was just like,
yeah. So Silver says, I think honeycomb also affects aero resistance. Yeah, I definitely want to do a video on that, doing some experimentation, but I think, for example, for this ship, it doesn't affect it too much. Hal, maybe you can weigh in on it, because I think that because, like, for example, this hover engine is on this far side, and it is beyond the width of any of the honeycomb material, its air resistance is taken into account, right? Its width is the factor, and same with these stabilizers. They also, I think, prevent any vertical air resistance from being counted from this. But if the honeycomb stuck out further, I think its air resistance would count. That's how I see it.
Yeah, so the honeycomb itself doesn't impact the air resistance. What impacts air resistance is the way that it's factored off of the core. So what they do is they do profile resistance. So it measures the widest point on any given face for all axes. So if you think of it as the big cube that you're building in,
yeah,
when you're looking at it, the wind resistance looks at the biggest parts. So the things that are the farthest out is where it measures from. So for yours on the front axes, on that front face of resistance, it's going to look basically at whatever the edge of the box is for the hover engines on the side. That's how wide your front faces, and it's going to be as tall as these pieces that are stuck out at the top and the bottom.
Yeah, that's sort of what I thought. But I
So
also think that if there was another ring, let's say another ring further out, that would be the widest part, wouldn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's always measured by the things that are the farthest away from the core.
Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter, but it matters in a way, just based on the distance from the core.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll probably try to do a more succinct video on that at some point because I think it's worth saying. I kind of miss this ship, but it's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it, I guess, is the thing. Yeah. This one's just a beast of a hauler. It's not meant to be pretty. It's just meant to get work done so that I can build stuff. Oh,
no,
my.
it's definitely served its purpose.
Yeah.
But it's fun to see the things that you can do in the game, and I mean, like you said, there are some really good shipbuilders and designers in this game.
Yeah.
Um,
Ooh, my stream is getting chunky. Weird.
oh, it is 1 a.m., so it's probably the server.
Yeah. Mr. Bone Kraken. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, they like to push those updates out.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so he started talking there. Why is the video a little laggy? Yeah, I'm not quite sure why the video is laggy. Sometimes it's a matter of this. Sometimes it actually just takes a lot of GPU. Plus, we're on Alioth. Alioth is a terrible planet that takes extra resources to run because there's so much stuff happening on this planet. So yeah, it's probably a little choppier than normal.
Yeah.
Then what did you say? Yeah, no, it's not just you.
See, you should have been over on Mattis with me, man.
Oh, I bet.
It was butter smooth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I want to get over there. And now that I have this ship pretty much dialed in, like as soon as I get those territory scanners in, I'm out. I'm back out there.
Yeah.
So.
I think I sent you the waypoint for the my spot over on Mattis Prime.
Probably.
If not, let me know and I'll share it over again.
Yeah.
But basically, the territory around that spot is well, you saw the resource service. So
yeah. Wow, Mattis is actually like kind of well populated.
Yeah.
Like significantly populated.
Yeah, no, it's busy, but there's a lot of space that isn't being utilized.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were using it basically for the tier ones because it's not uncommon to find 500k veins of tier one on a single tile.
Nice.
Some of the territories that we were looking at, like when I was doing this, where I sat down, I have like 3 resources that are like 750 to 850k, 900k.
Okay.
In tier 1.
Okay, so it is roughly twice. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. Oh wow. It's like it's occupied more percent-wise, but territories is probably a lot less. 4,500. 21,000 on Alioth. Yeah. It's a small planet. Yeah, it's still... This is where it would be nice to have a second PC, because then I could have the second PC capturing and streaming. Because it is choppy. The same kind of thing happened when I tried to record Deliver Us the Moon, the newer stuff. I got most of the way into, like, a good chunk into the Trombo reactor, and I didn't know that it was recording so choppily, and so I haven't released the video because It's very choppy, but I don't know a way to go back to the beginning of Trombo to redo it again, which kind of is. Anyway, it's annoying that way. 5 watching, 6 likes. Imagine that one. Yeah, no, I didn't expect this to do like amazingly well on my channel. It's not 7 Days to Die stuff as a stream, but I figured someone mentioned it yesterday, and a couple of people also mentioned about doing more of like Let's Play styles. And really, I think the game, if you're gonna do a video, I don't know that like Let's Play style works very well, because like I spent, the other day I spent 4 hours mining, and it wasn't terribly exciting. Um, so I don't think people would want to watch a video like that. But as a stream, people, put up with more stuff like this. And then I think for videos, I like to just record stuff over a couple hours and then edit it down.
Yeah, I've actually considered doing what you and Silver did with bases, where you just basically have a giant factories.
Yeah.
Because I think with that type of setup, like if you're able to produce parts basically on demand,
Mm-hmm.
streaming it or even doing Let's Play videos wouldn't be bad. But like you said, there's just so much build up time
Mm-hmm.
in between what you're doing and being able to use the parts that you're building that it's just, you'd get like one video a week kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's basically, yeah, where I was at. And that's why I like kind of stalled putting out videos, because it's just like I'm in the process now of just like coming back and forth from Sanctuary, getting minerals and building stuff. And I mean, I'll do an update video at some point, but it's just like, I mean, I understand it from a game perspective and a business perspective, right? It makes sense for them to, make people spend their time so that they can keep their subscription stuff working. But it takes a lot of time to play the game, a lot of time. So
Which is not a bad thing. It's just,
yeah, it's less than it would be in real life. Like I could never build a spaceship in real life like that in a couple of days, 2 weeks. But it's it's
if this was real life, that giant engine on the back of my ship would have taken a week or two to get into position.
it's true. Yeah. Yep. I don't think I can stream on my desktop, says Worf. I don't have a way to connect to the laptop to it. See, I have an old PC, and I might be able to set up. Ooh, this is nice, Hal. You've done some work in here. Looking good. This is right below that little office. And then Worf says, I watched my stream on the desktop, but play and run it on the laptop. Okay. Worf also says, Let's Plays does not work with this type of game. Yeah, no. You have to do kind of highlights of your update videos and stuff. Like it's, or like at some point it will work. I think a little bit better when maybe we're out in PvP areas, and it's just like, let's go get in some dogfights. But so this is my little room over here. Hal built all this. He's amazing architecturally. Got some good style. Got a clear screen with the logo for the channel on it, and some junk that I had, some extra ships and stuff here. Probably put a bed in here. Hal's place is much more decorated than mine. I've been busy.
I've been seriously slacking off on the base. I got tired.
Well, yeah, no kidding. I mean, you have to, and that's kind of one of the nice things about the game, though, too, is that that's all glass. Is that you can do that kind of thing and switch between things.
Yeah.
This is Hal's floor. Got some wonderful LCD screens in here too. Some nice decorations.
So the penthouse
Took your bed out.
in right now?
Took your bed out.
Yeah.
All right.
So the penthouse that you're in is actually the Grandma Shirley honorary suite.
Oh, okay.
which is why it's got the plants and everything in there. But
Ah, nice. Cool. I haven't chatted with her in a long time. Um, but she's got a lot
she's
of,
been busy.
yeah, she's got a lot of people now. So a lot of grandchildren to deal with. So
Yeah, I get to just chat with her every so often, and it's just like I think she's a little mad at me because I haven't done the Skyrim stuff yet.
oh yeah,
I feel bad about that.
I've only done 3 episodes. Um, and yeah, the last time I was playing, I just picked something up. I didn't even like I didn't even know to pick it up. I picked it up. I was thinking I'd look at it, and then they started calling me a thief. I'm like, really? Like, yeah. But
Yeah.
whatever.
So if you're still at the headquarters,
I'm here.
the
Oh, there's my other ship
lowest.
over there somewhere too.
Nice. Yeah, the lowest level is the one that I've been using. Um, I still need to finish building out the garden space in here too.
That's just in here. Is that not the industrial floor?
No. If you go up to the top of all of that, you know where the garden area is going to be?
I think so. You're talking
Yeah,
about the
so
one that's sort of below the first or before the first apartment room.
it is the first apartment. But yeah.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to make my stream less goofy. I wonder if I could do this. This
Yeah, so this is the garden level.
with
And then, using my lighting trick, I've put some stuff in, but
okay. I'm just trying to something real quick here. Add new source. No. That's not right. Wrap. Display capture is down there. Remove that? Yeah. Plus. I want a window capture. There we go. Window capture. And no. Come on. This is so annoying sometimes. I'll have to maybe just do this off camera. Yeah, I want to delete that. But anyways, would that make it less? Yeah, it's less laggy, but still not great. Let's see here. Chat. This is a game to stream because there is too much stuff going on and a lot of stop and go, but nothing to really focus on and get out in a timely manner. Yeah. Very little combat so far too. Yeah, well, we're in the PvP safe zones, so it's one thing. Silver says, at this point, combat isn't essentially or done. Yeah, true. Worf is saying, yeah, in Skyrim, you can't pick stuff up in places. You gotta be careful. Yeah, yeah. It sucked. And then you can pick up that is outside, like where the blacksmith is and the store shelves, I think. Oh, okay. Worf says, Adreden, you should clear your desktop and put your icons in a folder like game programs and other stuff. I don't really have much stuff out on my desktop, to be honest. Other stuff make more room and organized. That's only one of my monitors. I've got 2 monitors, so I've got real estate here. You might think that this is busy, but it's really almost nothing here. And really, these just keep on popping up. The only things I really use is this little corner down here. This is like some modding stuff and some streaming and recording stuff. that's about it. The rest of this stuff up here is pretty much just a bunch of random stuff that the family puts in. Yeah. So it's not too bad, I think. But if it maybe bothers people that much, I don't know. I guess I could switch it around. Okay. Anyway, Hal, I'm over here now.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, I had a bunch of plants in my first sanctuary base, but I haven't really done much with them since then. So
Yeah, it's just me playing around with some of the stuff.
hmm
So
yeah, I think lots of these would be cool too. Like if you coupled them with some of the ways to maybe make like voxel material around it and stuff, that could be good. Yeah.
yeah, I was kind of curious as to what they all look like, because you can find them throughout the world. It's just I wasn't finding everything I was looking for, and when I had finally gone over to the training center where they had everything out, that was when they deleted all the expo centers and moved them over to one location.
Right. Yeah.
So I got over there. I got kicked from the server because they were doing an update. The update dropped, and yeah, it was a big open field. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no worries, Worf. I just, that's just my reasoning about what works for me, yeah. And thing. I love the view though from this place. Like it's got a nice view. Like I would love to live in a weird apartment building by a lake like this in a forest. Nice.
And like I said, I'm probably going to put down 2 more medium cores at the end, out on the end of the runway, and extend that area out.
Yeah.
So then basically I'll just have this runway go out. Well, if I put 2 medium cores, it'll more than double the size of the runway.
Right. Yeah. And I think I hadn't really noticed that that's sort of what a lot of corporations had been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it would definitely, because I couldn't land. Well, I could occasionally probably land this one on here. This white ship I'm actually was pretty decent at landing. I don't know what it would be like now because I haven't flown it in months. But yeah, get out of here.
Bye. Bye.
Put you over here. And rotate this way. Nose up. Down a little bit. Yeah, good enough. Whatever. Stop. Just let go of it. Let go. I don't want... What's it doing?
The servers have been a little weird. If there's any lag when you're moving ships around and you get towards the max range, the server goes, I don't like it there. I'm gonna move it over here instead.
Yeah.
So
this is the only other ship I have, guys, that I probably haven't shown too much. It's not really much of anything. It's just sort of a truck, essentially. Just a hover ship that moves stuff around so I can do mining and whatnot. There's just a bunch of junk in it. It's not that impressive. I do need to put some of these space engines in places, though. So, yeah. I think that's generally what I've, pretty much got for the night. I kind of, prepared a little bit for that space booster thing and the extra large core after that. So just like winged it. So we'll start wrapping it up, I guess, because it's getting late.
I have to do some mining this week.
Yes, me too. But I don't know if I'm going to keep mining on my territory because I think those nodes are getting pretty small. I don't know. We'll see.
The tile we're on,
Mm-hmm.
hasn't really been touched. I haven't really been doing any mining over here because I've been over on Thades,
Hmm.
Mattis, um, well, Thades 2,
Mm-hmm.
Mattis. So I've been doing a lot of mining on those, but I haven't had a way of getting resources back.
Right.
And so that's why I shifted my priority over onto this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, now I just need to set up the factory to do warp core or warp cells.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those things are so annoying.
Are you going to set up a separate factory area, like underneath here or something, so that it can do that? Or
I've started setting it up out here, just to figure out what everything I need.
mm-hmm.
And these are just basically the 3 pieces to do the final assembly. There's one item that comes out of electronics that has a bunch of subcomponents. And the other portion also comes out of electronics with even more subcomponents.
Okay.
I'm going to end up with 5 glass refineries or glass industries,
Mm-hmm.
in addition to the one that does the final assembly.
Okay.
I think I have to sit down and look at it again, but I think I want to say like each of the 2 major components will require like 3 or 4 electronics assemblies, a couple of
Ooh, wow.
metal assemblies or metal industries. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's
it's just
electronics. Those, I don't know what these are. These are made in something.
yeah. I was talking to one of the industry guys, and they were like, the amount of resources that these things make for what you sell them for
Oh, yeah?
is like if you were just selling the raw resources, you would make about 5 times the amount that you do from making the core.
Oh, wow.
The catch is that the resources, the demand on those fluctuate.
Right.
The cores are always in demand.
Ah. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, well, I guess you have more potential in as a raw form. But that's kind of interesting to know because, yeah, that means it's probably worth just setting up your own warp core. Or, no, wait, no. It's worth mining the minerals, but not necessarily, yeah, making
Yeah.
them. Hmm.
Well, I
Interesting.
mean, they're really meant for the bigger orgs to
Yeah.
deal with it. So
Hmm. Interesting.
yeah, expensive little things, and each one of them takes about an hour.
Hmm.
Yeah, the warp cell takes 50 minutes to do. The advanced antimatter core. I'm curious, how much time does it take for you to build? If you look at it, how much time does it take to run the core?
The warp core?
The antimatter core, advanced antimatter core. Like if you
Advanced
go into
antimatter core.
your nano build.
For me, it says 62 minutes, but I'm not trained in that really.
Yeah, so your warp cell is, you said 62 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's 50 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the antimatter core is how long?
Oh, sorry. This is the antimatter core. 62 minutes for the antimatter core.
Okay.
The quantum thing is 62 minutes. So yeah, each of those is an hour. But I guess you could roughly do them at the same time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure what I'm training right now.
Yeah, so
Core unit upgrades. I've got a lot of sorry, I've got a lot of industry stuff queued, but it's not the primary thing I'm working on right now.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've caught up to me in industry. You may have actually have passed me in industry.
I have no idea.
Because I've been working on the piloting and piling radar and ammo lately.
I've got 28% in assembler efficiency and 4% in industry infrastructure element and industry efficiency. But I haven't really spent a lot of time there. Most of it has been in like, architect.
Yeah.
So that I can get more cores. And once I get this like last level of this core unit upgrades, then I'll be able to get like a whole bunch more personal cores, and then organization construct. If I make a secondary like personal corporation, then I can produce a whole lot more too.
Yeah.
Or, well, it depends on if you join. Then maybe it'll use your number. But yeah.
Well, that's the nice thing about the legate system.
Yeah.
Is that whoever's in the org, whoever's at the highest level, whatever legate is at the highest level, whatever officer, it uses theirs. So you can have somebody who just starts a new org and recruit somebody who's been in the game for a while, and you now have the ability to have like 300 cores in your org.
Yeah. That'd be crazy. Just trying to catch up on chat. You guys are chatting a lot about stuff. That's why I'm planning to make a dedicated loop for making warp cores. Yeah. I figured Adreden go the sciences. Well, there isn't too many sciences is the problem. Well, or yeah, it's almost all science. Yeah, mainly engineering. Yeah.
Yeah, and to Silver's point, yes, I am actually setting up a dedicated warp core or warp cell loop. So for everything from refining to final assembly. And that's basically what the headquarters is going to be doing. It's just going to be producing that, and then everything else will be, we'll have like pieces being stockpiled for other things, but primarily it's to feed the beasts that are warp engines.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can figure out a good amount of like cargo and stuff to haul that's worth it and such.
Well, the nice thing is that when you get into the seat
and
you have the warp drive, if you have everything set up to select where you're going with the warp drive, it'll tell you how many warp cells you need.
Right.
There's math in there that'll tell you, because it's distance and range times 0.00025, I think.
Okay.
And that'll tell you how many cores you need.
Right.
Cells, sorry.
Oh man, I made it. Parkour.
So
I take it you just took some of the shipping containers here and put them on your ship directly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be the way to go. Cool. Yeah, so my plan for this week is probably just mine a bit more so I can get those territory scanners made. So I got to do like 1 or 2 more trips from here to Alia, or from here to Sanctuary, and then then I can go outward to the stars.
Yep. Yeah, I think my next jaunt, now that we have the warp drive, will probably be Ptolemy.
Oh yeah. Oh, over there. That's the classified planet? No.
No. It's when you're looking at the map, it's the one to the left. It's 286.
Yeah, no, I just had forgotten which one was the one that's got like the sort of classified information. Oops.
Yeah, the reason I'm thinking of heading over there is because Ptolemy 3, the third moon, has gold on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But it's a small moon.
It is very small. but not a whole lot claimed on it. But it's one of the few, it's one of the few places that has gold, right? So, but it's in the not safe zone, so we've got a better chance of having something. Everyone else had lots of goodies there. Not so many goodies there. Dang it.
Yeah, if we were willing to go all the way out to Sinan,
Sinning?
there's no gold on it, but it's basically everything else between it and the moon.
Lycobus has gold on it too.
Does it? Oh yeah. Huh. Good catch.
Sakari.
I think that's the one that
Sinning.
is like large bodies of water. No, okay, it's not the one I thought it was. Rough and mountainous environment. Okay, it is. One of the I think it's the big ship.
Mm-hmm. The museum?
Museum.
Yeah, I think it's on there.
I think that's over there.
Yeah. Worf says, okay, Dredden, time to watch some more Star Trek Next Generation. On to the end of season 6. Nice. Yeah, those are good. That's a good season. I can't really remember exactly which ones are in it, but good stuff. Well, talk to you later, Worf. I'll probably log off soon myself, because it's bedtime. It's really hard to see what's claimed here. Almost nothing, actually. Wow. Or maybe there actually just is a lot more. It's just that it's...
Yeah, it's just hard to see it.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. But out here, like, people... So, how does this work? Do you remember? Like, if you're on, like, Lycobus, can people PvP your ships?
No. There is a safe zone out to 500 kilometers, I think. So, like 1.5 solar units. Yeah, like 1.5 solar units.
Okay, so you could easily warp there, have a lot of space. And so basically the planet, like surrounding the planet, is safe. Even the moons, I would imagine, right?
I don't believe so.
No? Okay. Cool. Well,
I think the moon has its own safe zone.
okay. Cool. Well, I'll have to figure it out, I guess. But if I personally was to fly there with my spaceship, it would be possibly hostile. Because I would be going, say, from here through all this empty space.
The area that you'd run into the problem is when you got close to the planet, because we don't have space. We don't have a space station with a warp beacon on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to use the planet, and the planets. Some of the planets have barricades on them.
Okay.
People built stuff in the route from specific planets.
Yeah. Which is the obvious place to do it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, there was one, I don't remember which planet it was, but somebody built a giant wall.
Right, yeah.
So you'd come out of warp at, whatever speed and slam the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's in PvP area, they can fly over, replace your core with their core, and strip your ship.
Yeah.
Repair the cargo containers, empty them, and pull the components off.
Yep. Got a sad little baby upstairs.
I was tempted to go out to Ion.
To where?
Ion.
Oh, Ion. What? This planet is so, like, weirdly positioned on the map that it's kind of hard to see. Limestone. That's good. I need limestone. Rednight quartz. Arcanthite. Yeah, there's pretty good stuff there. Low gravity. Not a whole lot of claimed places. Moon 2 has some other good stuff. And yeah, actually that's a pretty good little mix of a system, isn't it?
Yeah. The only thing it doesn't have is gold.
Yeah. Hmm. Nice. Yeah. Well, one of these days. I mean, I think once I sort of have replacements for some of this bigger ship here, I'll be more willing to go out there. But like I said, I want to do some sort of space exploration fighters first, just to, you know, not throw away my money and also explore those areas.
And and silver, yeah, Mattis 2 is supposed to have gold. But that little moon is tiny. It's basically a giant asteroid. It's not even a full moon. It is ridiculously small. I spent, I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 hours up there scanning territories, and I couldn't find a shred of gold.
Hmm.
And I think I scanned. Yeah, I don't know how long I was actually up there, but I scanned something like 15 or so territories, 15 or so tiles. Couldn't find any gold.
Yeah. Well, that was like
Um,
when I was on Thades Moon 2 and couldn't find anything good after all those territories. Ugh.
well, see, at least with Fades, the tier 1 stuff was still there. The up on Mattis 2,
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest vein I found, like the best territory I found, had like 200,000 kiloliters of like total
Right.
resources on it.
Hmm.
It was crazy, and the terrain is horrible. It's a lot of very jagged um, mountain ranges,
Yeah.
and it drops down into like very flat craters. But the crater walls are ridiculously steep. In some case, there were some territories where the territory itself was at the bottom of a crater, and the walls were like 1.5 kilometers tall.
Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, some of the early explorers that were out there left after they strip mined the moon.
Mm-hmm.
They left basically like little statues made out of the dirt that they had dug up.
Yeah. Nice. I'll have to go take a look at those, see how they compare to what I did on the Thades.
Yeah. The flying pyramid. I don't know if you saw that at the air show or not. The ship
Um,
show.
yeah, I'm trying to remember the
Yeah.
channel
Yeah,
name.
that was over on Mattis too.
Oh
This is
yeah.
where I found the over there. There was actually a couple of ships, like some of the known ships were over there.
Hmm, nice.
Um, but Mattis Prime had a lot of really interesting ships and
Hmm.
some kind of cool base designs over there too.
Hmm, okay. Shamsi. Right, yeah, Shamsi.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, I am going to call it a night because it is coming up on 2 a.m.
Yep, exactly. Me too. I mean, yeah, so, well, yeah, thanks for hanging out, Hal.
Yeah, no,
And,
I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
yeah, it was good times. I think before I stream again, I might try to figure out what's causing all this lag, or see if I can figure out a different setting for it, because it's kind of bad. It's not always that bad, but right now it's not good.
Yeah, well, we'll get you off of Alley off and see if it picks up any.
Yeah. Well, it's just like in Deliver Us the Moon. Like my actual gameplay is actually incredibly smooth. Like there's no stuttering. It's all having to do with like Streamlabs. But that's okay.
Oh, you're using slobs?
Yeah.
So I think it was OBS. It may be like their studio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. One of them, one of the flavors of OBS has basically taken over the Streamlabs crown for like how streamlined it is.
Okay.
So I don't remember which one it was, but
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I think I have it mine set for NVIC, for encoder, which should be fine, but I don't know. There's something going on, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Okay, guys. Well, thank you all for showing up. This will be on YouTube at some point in the next day or two. If you want to check it out, if you're just kind of catching the stream now, leave a like. And if you want to learn more about 7 Days to Die or Dual Universe, hit the subscribe button. That's pretty much all I've got to say. At some point, I'll be doing more videos, either about tutorials or just sort of updates about what I'm actually at. But this stream was a pretty big update of like what I've actually been up to. That ship. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, thank you, Silver, for also hanging out and providing engines and stuff for us to put on our ships so that we have cool things to show, like providing that engine, and I think 2 or 3 of the ones on here, actually 4 or 5 of them on here. There's a lot of them on my ship that are constructed by you. So yeah, good times. Yeah, and Hal's got a lot of space engineer stuff if you want to go check out his channel. Silver, you've got a lot of 7 Days to Die. Do you do Empyrean? I'm not sure if you do Empyrean. I can't remember at the moment. I'm a little bit tired, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people are doing Empyrean now. They did their big revamp.
Okay. I'm gonna have to take a look at it one of these days again. What's up here now? Nothing.
Anyway, well, thanks for having me. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Take care.
You too. Okay. Bye, Hal. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out too. So I'll try to stream something else tomorrow night, and probably 7 Days to Die, most likely. Maybe Krakatoa. Let me know in the comments if you want to know about that. I'm interested from a game design point of view and a disaster game point of view. Anyhow, I'm going to say goodbye. Good night, and I'll see you all another time. Bye-bye. Bye, Silver. Bye, Worf. Worf's already gone, I think.